New camera, who dis? Hey guys, so today I am here in Los Angeles and I made a promise to you that on the 11th of every month we are going to do a question and answer. So that's what we're doing, and I'm deciding to do it vlog style, and at the same time I'm going to show you around LA. I told you on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook that you could ask me anything. No questions are off limits. So we are gonna get to those. I'm gonna hang out with my friends. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of LA along with these dead flowers, and let's get to it. First off, look at that Hollywood sign in the distance. Can you see that over the traffic? Ashley Organics wants to know, how do you find the confidence to put yourself out there? When did you know this is what you wanted to do? Did you consider yourself a brand, and what do you do in school and for work? Honestly, how did I find the confidence to put myself out there? This is going to sound terrible, but I literally kind of gave up on everything in life, and that taught me when I had nothing else to lose that I've actually got a lot to lose. And I just started putting myself out there, and the more I did, the easier it became, especially without makeup. Like, no makeup today. Pretty proud of myself. When did I know this is what I wanted to do? It just kind of happened, and I realized this is what I meant to do, and I feel fulfilled doing this. And when you know something is right, you just kind of feel it. So that's what I felt. Do I consider myself a brand? In the beginning, definitely not. As I have grown in this business, I definitely realized that I have become a brand, but it's nice and it's different than a traditional brand because my brand isn't all these fancy things that most people think about when they say brand, but it's just, this is me. I vlog in public, I'm awkward, and I'm strange, and that's who I am. And I believe that every single person is their own brand, and that doesn't have to be corporate. Oh my God, look at this. Air steamers. Ooh. That one smells really bad. What did I study in school? Started out with dermatology, went to sports medicine, totally floating around collecting credits, but I know that I want to do something that is going to help people, and right now I'm really interested in research. So always science, always research, and always something creative. And do I have a day job? Not in the traditional sense. I have telemarketed before, but honestly, my job 24/7 is modeling, writing, filming, editing, scripting, working towards a better world, and there's a lot that goes into that I think a lot of people don't see. And I just like get in beds in random stores and hope that nobody cares. Julian19X asks how many kids I want. That is a good question. I have no idea. I'm not planning for that right now, and I have 6 cats and 3 chickens, so that's like enough, right? Greenhattress wants to know, if I could live in any book world, which one would it be and why? Most of the books I read are not fantasy or anything like that, but if I could live in one, it would be Aragon, because dragons and elves. kendallsimmons asks, what was my first concert and how old was I? I don't remember how old I was, but it was Metro City soundtrack. Cemilecanersoy wants to know if I've ever had any botox injections or fillers. No, I have not, but I know the science behind them. Fun fact, when I was watching YouTube like 6 or 7 years ago, one of the YouTubers I was watching got a nose job, and it made me start to want one, which was really odd because I love my face just the way it is, but it's weird how watching other people can make you feel insecure. But I love my face. I would never want to change it. So thank goodness I know that now. So the next question is from someone named corts.beautysquad, and she asks how I stay in shape. We actually just got back from like vegan frozen yogurt, and I definitely had a period of my life where I was way more controlling of those kind of things, but honestly, I am a very active person. If I can walk somewhere, I will. I also like spontaneously just dance circles for no reason. So I definitely think that just daily movement helps with that. But honestly, I give into my cravings a little bit, and I don't like restrict myself of anything, because I found that when I was more restrictive, I would just binge eat everything later. And honestly, ever since going vegan, it's just never been a concern for me. Nicole Amber wants to know that if I could collaborate with any brand and any product, which brand would it be and what product would I create? Initially, I was like, oh, eyeshadow palette, because that's what every YouTuber does. But honestly, if I had the choice, it would probably be a brand like Tarte or something cruelty-free, and it would probably be a foundation or a combination of skincare and makeup and acne covering products. So as I was editing last night's vlog, I realized that my new camera decided to delete half my footage. So I guess this video is going to be a day late anyways. I'm sorry, but if at first you don't succeed, try again. The next question comes from Mishy Bunnies, and she wants to know a little bit about slut shaming, about why it's important not to do, as well as advice on dealing with competitive friends. And I'll start with competitive friends. I think that competition is a great thing. It pushes us to go farther, to achieve more, to be more successful, and to push our own limits. But competition should be to learn and grow and better ourselves as opposed to bring each other down. So my advice for that is that just because someone wants to be competitive with you doesn't mean that you need to be competitive with them. As far as slut shaming goes, this is actually something that I've dealt with. I used to have a lot of predispositions against other people and their actions, just because I grew up really sexually sheltered, and I've dealt with a lot of things in my life that don't necessarily relate to that, so I can't really understand where other people come from completely. And a reason that it's important not to slut shame is because everyone has a right to their own life. I firmly believe that everyone makes the best decisions for themselves at the time, and they obviously don't want to do things that they think are bad for themselves. But it's important to remember that you're not in control of other people's lives, and other people's decisions and actions aren't your responsibilities. And it's important not to slut shame because everyone has the right to make their own choices. If those are consensual choices that they want to make, then that's perfectly okay. And for the longest time, I have to be honest, I was a closed-minded person when it came to that aspect, and I would make comments that could be offensive to some people that I thought were joking or funny. But what actually taught me that kind of invaluable lesson was the fact that for a very short amount of time I was talking to someone who admitted that they had been with over a couple hundred people. And people are not their pasts, people are who they are, and that's okay. But if somebody wants to make that choice, that's perfectly fine. And it wasn't until I was friends with that person and knew that person that I kind of got over my predispositions. But it's really important not to slut shame, because if you're slut shaming someone, why can't they shame you for something about yourself, your food preferences, your fashion preferences, your hair preferences? Everyone has their own life, and it's important to let people live those. Noelle VO asks, what exercises do I do that make my acne better or worse? Honestly, it's not about the exercises I do, but it's about whether or not sweat stays on your body. Every single time I'm done working out, I take a little makeup towelette or a wipe, and I just wipe off wherever it was that I was sweating. And I have found that that has helped me so much. Karen O'Deville asks, where do you learn all the beauty tricks and good quality information about skincare? A lot of it comes from my industry friends. He's a makeup artist, and I'm always hanging out with my fellow YouTubers and my loves and my squishies and asking questions. Being a model, I get to try out new trends. He did my makeup today. And also I learn a lot about skincare just through the studies that I've done as an esthetician or in training to be a derm, which is fun times.
And you learn what not to do by going to Instagram and looking at the locals.
You also learn a lot about what not to do by trial and error. So yeah. And the next question is from Johanna. She asks, do you sometimes question whether you've chosen the right path in life regarding your future? And for the longest time I felt super insecure about that, and I was always worried and always trying to kind of control my future and what I was doing. And that's when I realized the more I don't worry about it, the more I can actually get done and be productive. And life always puts you in the right path.
It does.
Life always introduces you to the right people. And if you just kind of go with the flow and listen to your heart, when your heart aligns with your actions, but aligns with your head, life is good.
Life is grand.
Guys, welcome to Hollywood. These are the Hollywood stars. The next question is from Jamie's J. Long. Jamie's a teacher, and Jamie asks if I have ever considered speaking to high school aged women in regards to self-esteem and the power in ownership of your image and the confidence that comes from that. Absolutely. Speaking is something that I love to do. I would love to do that in schools. That's actually been one of my goals for a while now that I haven't worked on super proactively. So mental note to self, get to it. I would absolutely love to do that, and that is something that I'm hoping to facilitate this year. Where did my friends go? Hannah HL asks, how do you continue to stay so positive throughout life and you seem like such a genuinely happy person? Well, I am surrounded by great people. I have to be honest, there was a time in my life where I lost everything and I was ready to give up everything. And that experience really taught me that there is value in everything. And as a person who tries to live my life positively, I know that I can't control surroundings or happenings, but I can control how I respond to them, and I choose to do that with happiness.
Join this good old frog, but no animals were hurt. video.
Yeah.
Except for you got regular dairy. So an animal was butter.
Did you see how she threw me under the bus, you guys?
Mine is
I'll
vegan.
stay positive. Are you ready? This is my advice to you. To you. Do something you like every day. When you wake up, do your bed right away so you feel accomplished. And raw. Okay, Candy, go.
Also, look at the ceiling.
Yes. Bunch of balls.
Lady Susanna wants to know the most important steps to take after a breakout. First off, look at this butterfly. Second off, I have a video on it that I will link you to. I wanted to introduce you to Kat Von D's tattoo shop. Look at it. Look at it. Okay, bye. Very last question comes from Deepak, who says, what's your phone number? I am your fan. I honestly never use my phone to make phone calls. Phone calls just bother me, and if I'm not on a conference call, I am texting. If you want to text me something fun like hurricane to 90999. It'll be fun. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you for coming with me over today, and thank you for your patience with editing and me figuring out this new camera and not deleting half my footage. But I love you guys. Hope that you enjoyed this, and stay tuned on the 11th of every month for a live question and answer. Where should we do ours next month? In New York? In my home in San Francisco? Y'all let me know. But I hope that you had a beautiful day. Leave some questions below here, or let's chit chat it out. Since I do stalk you in the comments, y'all are some fine looking people. You know, I like to know what's up. Anyways, love you guys. Always remember to be beautiful, and I will see you in the next video, and stay hydrated. Mwah. Love you guys.